So it began as this guy gets pulled into a dimension without realizing what he's gotten himself into.
He was doing a shady real estate deal and yada yada yada.
But before he knows, he's been pulled into Kalighoul, which is one of the worlds that Henry Phage,
the Teknophage,
is in the midst of ruining, and now he's established complete control over it all.
And so, like, the first half of the book is just introducing you to this world that completely bows to every whim of the Teknophage, and is completely subservient to him.
The Teknophage's butler wakes him up to let him know they've arrived somewhere and so on and so forth.
I'm hungry, Porridge.
You hungry for me? Will I get to be one with the Teknophage? Please. I cannot stand to be rejected again. And you see that he's missing an arm, which means that this guy's like a butler to the Teknophage, and he's subservient and happy to be eaten by him, but he's missing an arm now because he's tried before. And in the words of the Teknophage,
you did taste like cardboard, didn't you? It's my own fault, you know. I've been running this world with an iron hand for so long that I've frightened the killer instinct out of all of you. You've had to become little, like, vapid cattle to survive your place in the food chain of Kalighoul. And so deny me the spicy essence of carnivorous predator that I crave and require. Fortunately, our friend Beaumont is especially good at buying himself more time. I sense great potential in this latest prospect he sent.
He's completely dominating this world.
And by the way, the art in this book is phenomenal. I just love the images of the Teknophage. He's not necessarily the main character of the first half of the series, but he's in a lot of it. It's not like anything where we're wondering what's the Teknophage like, what's going on with him. We find out everything we need to know about him as we go, but it gets deeper and deeper into him. So the first half is about this guy and girl who have been brought to the Teknophage's world and are dealing with trying to live there and exist there and just dealing with the chaos as they try to kill him.
They want to assassinate the Teknophage.
And it's just about everything they need to do to try to get him in position so that they can kill him.
One thing that's really fucking creepy is you see the Teknophage feed on one of his subordinates at one point, and like...
the dude stays alive after he's been swallowed.
And not just for a while, the dude's alive for like weeks.
As he just starts fucking eating the guy. And I mean, just like, look at the paneling, look at the detail and all this stuff. The Teknophage lives in a gigantic skyscraper that moves like a fucking tank.
Like, you know that stupid movie that comes out? Yeah, like that, but cool.
And you see what it runs on, what it uses for fuel. There's no real science in this series. Everything runs on alchemy. So you see the fuel for the Teknophage's vessel, and it's human bodies thrown into the vat and alchemated into fuel. Ultimately, it takes a while, but they managed to get the Teknophage cornered, and the people from Earth have got him dead to rights, gun pointed at him and everything. It looks like they'll finally be able to end his murderous reign. Like, you see, there's a situation where they almost escape, and you see Rob's legs have been completely chewed up and are now worthless. Like, there's like a lot of commentary on capitalism. This is a pretty big middle finger to a capitalist system, because the Teknophage runs everything like a business, and everyone's talking about all these awful things like business opportunities. Human lives are a commodity and everything. Capitalism's effect on religion. So like, we start off this arc with a televangelist essentially that got brought over and now worships Henry Phage.
What have they got to offer you? Warmth? Companionship? You know how far that gets you in the world of business? I have big plans for this multiverse, Nicholas. Rob, I need men like you with the gumption to help me turn an honest profit. What do you say? Are you ready for the real big time? I don't offer this kind of arrangement to anybody. Sure, I'm tough to work for. I run a tight ship and I don't suffer fools easily. But when things go well, I share the booty, at least with my top people. Fell partners, a cushy job, Rob, carries all the perks a mover and shaker like you deserves. You get personal sublimation interjection, 3 divisions of vulgar bootmen, the right to tax and enslave local populations all across the multiverse. And when you feel the need to come in and press the flesh, a nice corner suite, just down the hallway from my own office.
I just love that. Like, that's his bargaining chip, is like business acumen and stuff.
It almost works, but Rob pulls the trigger, and unfortunately, his machine fails, as the Teknophage had planned.
Teknophage knew every move Rob was going to make with this machine and planned for it to fail.
Yes, I knew you had it in you, Nicholas. I smelled it. For too long, I've endured a diet of barking jackals when my deepest craving can only be satisfied by the taste of a true predator. And now the Zebulon's bumbling attempt to save themselves hands me a fantasy banquet on a silver platter. But an exquisite assassin with all the trimmings. Be proud, Nicholas. This one's going in my memoirs.
As he just starts fucking eating the guy. And I mean, just like, look at the paneling, look at the detail and all this stuff.
Oh god, it's so fucking brutal in like the perfect way.
And like, you see, there's a situation where they almost escape. Ultimately, it looked like they were going to be saved, but then all he found was bones and a bunch of fluffy mammals. Things kind of went sideways for Rob. And the Teknophage won in the end and kicks him into the vat because he failed his assassination, or he got too close to succeeding with his assassination attempt, which kind of pissed the Teknophage off.
Then there's the second section. I guess it's not a half. This is where the second part of the story comes up. Like, that gives you a sense of the kind of games the Teknophage plays.
The second arc deals with the commentary on capitalism's effect on religion. So, like, we start off this arc with a televangelist, essentially, that got brought over and now worships Henry Phage. Like, religious leaders that were brought from our world, or from worlds over, to serve under the Teknophage's world. You got shit with them as they plan to free a captured religious figure that the Teknophage has been keeping alive to try and break his soul and torment him because he thinks he'll be tasty. And that's where we get like this story where the Teknophage tries to break the man by revealing that he found a disgusting little planet called Earth millennia ago, and he didn't think anything of it. He was disappointed because he overslept and missed out on all the predators. All he found was bones and a bunch of fluffy mammals. So he missed out on the dinosaurs. But instead he finds 2 Cro-Magnons, and he walks up to them and offers nothing but a shiny bauble. And the woman reaches for it to take it,
thus corrupting the species from the beginning with greed.
And that species is humans. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So like, these religious leaders break into the Teknophage's vehicle, and he's aware of their plot. He's got spies on top of his psychic powers.
And lets it happen because he thinks it's going to be a better meal for him.